Good morning, everyone. This is Eva Macias with Microcom Technologies, and I would like to thank you all for attending today's webinar with TPLink. Today's host is Chris Shipman. He'll be presenting today. If anyone has any questions, feel free to submit them in the question box, and Chris will answer them at the end of the presentation. Chris, I'm finished for now. Please go ahead and take over.
Great. Thank you. Good morning, and thank you for participating in the Microcom Technologies and TPLink webinar. You might ask, well, who is TPLink? Well, let's find out who TPLink really is. We're very proud to be celebrating our 20th year in business. This company was started by two brothers in a simple network interface card. Since then, we've grown dramatically. As you can well see, we have a global presence throughout the world, and we are a sizable organization with just north of 23,000 employees and growing. Interesting thing to me as an engineer is we spend at minimum 8% of our overall revenue on research and development. This allows us to continually broaden, innovate, and enhance our different product sets. We're very proud of this, to be able to be beating our competitors quarter over quarter, and you'll notice it happens to be 23 different quarters in a row. With growth comes greater revenues. The beautiful thing is not only are we growing domestically as well as internationally. Here's a quick snapshot of some of the accomplishments in that growth path. This is a quick look at TP-Link as an organization. These are the different product sets that we focus on. You know, we can't get to where we've came without great partnerships. It just so happens when you talk about Broadcom or you talk about Qualcomm, who are the industry's leading Wi-Fi chip manufacturers and wireless manufacturers, we just happen to be their biggest customer, as well as other strategic partnerships with Google and then branding partners such as the LA Kings. Well, you might ask, well, what does TP-Link do? This is our basic ecosystem of routing, switching, wireless, and accessories, including IoT things. So real quickly, I'm going to move through this very fast. I make you the promise that at any point in time, if you would like in-depth training, please contact your Microcom Technologies representative and let's get it scheduled. So very quickly, I'm going to roll through our switching offering. You can see from the lower left up to the upper left, we do everything from simple unmanaged switches on up to layer 3, very sophisticated devices. You know, in today's world, bandwidth is just exploding, and with that comes the need for a very cost-effective, reliable, with the industry's best warranty 10 gigabit switch. We're very proud to have this as part of our offering. When you look at the overall switches in each of those offerings, from the upper left corner to the right, as I said, we do everything from unmanaged to fully managed layer 3 switches. Here's a quick look at our different switch options. Number one in the globe. We're very proud to say that. It is our unmanaged switch, and we do tons of business in that space. Simple example of what application it might be utilized for. And then if you look at the left, you can see we have a model that fits each given customer's individual application requirements. Here's the rack mount offering and where it might be used. And then again, a variety of models for which whatever the customer requirements are presented. And then just a quick snapshot between the desktop unmanaged and the rack mount unmanaged switches. Now we move into our easy smart switches. Again, starting from small, the applications that it might be utilized for, and then the different models that fit the customer requirements. Here's a quick comparison of our unmanaged versus our easy smart and our smart switches. Again, starting off on the lower end of the smart switches, capabilities, the different models that we offer in that for offering of switches, and then moving on to the L2 Plus smart switches. Again, different models for different requirements. Our goal is to match the customer requirements as best as possible with industry-leading technology. Here's a simple example of where and how that might be used in this given network topology. Link aggregation, important as you go to stack switches together to where they act and behave as one device and deliver bandwidth in a stacked form. Simple example of how those might look. Another given network topology to anything from an access point to a NAS device, servers, cameras, etc. This is another one of our 10 gig offerings. You'll note it's 10 gig base T, which again, with exponential growth in bandwidth in the world, again, we're trying to match our devices to the customer requirements. Again, here's another simple topology of what that looks like. And then a quick summary and comparison from everything from the L2 Smart to the 10 gigabit smart switches and the different switches in between. A quick look here at our competitors and where they fit in that space. The nice thing is in most cases we outperform our competitors and offer a more reliable, more cost-effective device. This is an interesting one. I'm a big advocate of wireless, and when you talk about wireless, it refers to the latest and greatest, which is 802.11 AC Wave 2. You'll note on the lower left that the requirements of an access point are growing from a basic gig connection to much greater wired connectivity requirements. The nice thing is we are designing, developing, and delivering products to meet that requirement, such as our layer 2 managed switches. Again, a quick snapshot of the different models we offer in that space. Additional L2 Plus. And then again, another snapshot of the different models based on the given customer requirements, form, fit, and factor. Here's a simple network topology of where those devices might fit in. They could be standalone, they could be together. Depends on the customer requirements. The nice thing is we have a switch that fits the need. Again, here's a quick snapshot of different feature sets in each of the different models, and another network topology as to where they might fit in and can fit in. Again, these are layer 3. Much as I mentioned before, we do everything from unmanaged up to layer 3 smart managed switches. And another network topology. And then a quick summary from the L2 managed on up to the layer 3 managed and the different capabilities in between. And a quick snapshot of our competitors' offerings. Again, as I said, the nice thing is typically we are more cost effective, better warranty, more reliable device. So we talked a bit about wireless, and with that comes the requirement for PoE. The nice thing is we've recognized that and designed, developed, and are delivering great PoE switches. You look at the growth factors to the right and the trending, it's just amazing. You know, PoE has many different uses, and if you look at this network topology, could be an access point, could be a NAS server, could be a surveillance camera, could be a VoIP phone, just depends. Again, the nice thing is we have the switch that meets the requirement. And then here's a quick look at our PoE switches and the different offerings there from the base models on up and their capabilities. Now, near and dear to my heart, our wireless offering. The interesting part is we do both indoor, outdoor, centralized managed, cluster managed, and individually managed. And then when you look at what's going on in the market, if you look at the individual on the left, a telecommuter, to an individual that has brought their own device, could be to work, could be to school, and then to the right you look at it, you have no idea what the next new client device is, but what they do need is good, reliable Wi-Fi. You know, if you look to the right, that's the IT guy pulling his hair out, trying to keep pace with the requirements that are coming in the front door on a regular basis. The beauty is, again, with the amount of money that we spend on R&D, instead of throwing more devices at it, our strategy is to optimize, enhance, and effectively design better performing devices. Here's a simple example of many common Wi-Fi scenarios, whether you are at a K-12 school, in a mall, an office, or a hotel, it doesn't matter. And the nice thing with us is from one pane of glass, you can use our AuraNet controller software and manage an individual location or multiple locations. Here's a quick look at our controller software. And then from the left to the right are indoor access points, our outdoor access points, and then a wall plate, which we find is well suited for hospitality, and we're seeing gaining traction in education. Again, the really neat part of our controller software is that can reside anywhere, and it can manage one location or hundreds of locations. The beautiful thing is it's free, and there is no licensing either on the controller software or on the individual access points. So it's very powerful and very cost effective. Here, looking at our 802.11 AC access points, you'll find that, again, we have a broad offering here from the EAP 330 on the far left to the EAP 225. Each product is designed for the customer requirement and then the associated price point. The nice thing is we typically outperform our competitors, and we are less money and more reliable with the industry's best warranty. I can remember the day when 802.11n was the latest and greatest thing. Well, in this business, everything moves at light speed, so we've gone from N to 11AC, Wave 1 and Wave 2. The nice part is we don't walk away from our legacy customer requirements. So we have, again, a broad offering of access points, both indoor and outdoor, to meet the customer requirement. Here's a quick example of one of our outdoor base stations. The wall plate that I mentioned that we're seeing great traction in hospitality and in some educational applications. And then I like this slide because if you look at it from the internet into the wireless network, you could be using a TP-Link router, a TP-Link switch of whatever flavor, a TP-Link PoE switch, and then be utilizing anything from our wall plate design in the upper portion of this illustration to our outdoor base station. Could be out in the baseball field, football field, soccer field, and then any unique requirements, whether it's 802.11 or 802.11n. So MU-MIMO, this is a neat thing. It's come along with the 802.11 AC and the evolving standards of just 802.11 in general. The beautiful thing is you get better channel utilization, and in the end, you get much higher bandwidth delivered to each of the client devices by the access point. Yeah, At TPLink, we look to form strategic partnerships. One of them is with NetScout. They make a product called Air Magnet. Air Magnet is widely used in the industry as the best Wi-Fi surveying tool for whether it is a predictive design and or live site surveying. The nice thing is, in our partnership with Microcom Technologies, we are able to assist you in learning the software from the beginning, doing the first few designs, and then helping you along the way. It's a wonderful way to develop your professional services practices, and it's a method to ensure 100% accuracy with the wireless coverage that your customers are requiring. So quickly, let's look at our outdoor access point offering. These are the common challenges that you face, everywhere from electrical issues to distances to device management. So again, going left to right, we do everything from a wireless base station to a CPE-based device. We offer multiple different types of antennas, the Pharos OS software to manage it, MaxStream, which is a protocol, communication protocol that we invented that helps you dramatically in a point-to-multipoint situation. Here's a quick glance at our different base station offerings in the outdoor, where it commonly might be used for point-to-point. The different product sets that we offer here, from CPE on the left to on the far right, our wireless base stations. Point-to-point scenarios. Then, like I mentioned, Pharos OS is our outdoor operating system. Talked a little bit about MaxStream. It gives the ability, essentially, in a point-to-multipoint scenario where all of the access points will be equally served. And in the end, it optimizes and provides greater throughput to all of the client devices in a point-to-multipoint scenario. Here's a quick illustration of that. It's a TDDM-based methodology. It's something that we invented, and it works quite well. Here's a quick snapshot of Pharos Control. Again, does this cost anything? Is there any license required for it? No. Feedback we get from our end users and our partners is very good. Hey, does TP-Link do routers? Well, yes, we do. Here's a quick look at our gigabit VPN routers. Again, a different device for different customer requirements, from the very simple on the far right to much more complex on the left, and supporting all of the industry standard VPN protocols. We also do load balancing, again, from the far right to the left, from a simple requirement to a much more robust requirement, with security features built in and policies. So now, a quick look at some of the names you might recognize in the ISP space. These could be domestically and or internationally. Again, a company with our size and our scale and our range, we do business in the United States as well as abroad. Here's a quick snapshot of some of the keynote hotels that we've done in the hospitality space. Educational, whether it's K-12 and or university-based. And then some other names you might recognize from the food industry and general retail. Now let's get into the meat and potatoes of what we do with our partners. This is something that we've launched internationally, and it's something that really differentiates us from our competitors. This is work in progress. We are constantly investing and reinvesting and fine-tuning the different programs to assist our partners like Micro Technologies and yourselves to become more successful and self-sufficient. Something as simple as a deal registration to, hey, I need a piece of gear to show it to my customer, help them gain confidence in the overall proof of concept, and in the end, win the business. So whether we're beating on a box, doing hands-on training in one of your classrooms or in one of your labs, to everything from that to being able to certify your technicians and engineers with a TPLink certification. This has been in the works for some time. We think it will be here sooner versus later, but it's something that's, again, demonstrating our investment in our overall partner ecosphere, if you will. Knowledge base always grows. This, I find a lot of answers myself because I'm relatively new to TP-Link. Could be anything from a fact to a case study to a write-up on a particular vertical solution. And then marketing is something that helps us all, whether it's something as simple as a logo or branding of a webinar or something along those lines. It goes hand in hand with our partner support programs. This is something we pride ourselves on, technical support here in the United States. We have English-speaking people physically located in the United States, as well as follow the sun support around the clock, 7/24, 365. And then real quick, just a snapshot and a little bit more about TP-Link. So with that being said, I'm happy to answer any questions. And thank you for participating in this webinar.
Thank you very much, Chris, for that wonderful presentation. It looks like we do have a couple of questions. Hold on. Let's see. The first one says, which company would you say is your biggest competitor?
I would respond with in which particular market space, because again, we are in routing, we are in switching, and we are in the Wi-Fi business. So if you could relay that.
They are asking for routing.
So in the routing world, I would say probably our biggest competitor there would be in the Netgear space on the lower end, but we go up the food chain a bit more than they do. So I would say Netgear in that case.
Great. Let's see. The next one is customer service is very important. How would you rate your customer service provided by your company, and how are they available? I know you answered this, but can you answer it again, please?
Yes, so we offer the industry's best limited lifetime warranty, and then of recent we have started a new RMA process where you can, something as simple as request an RMA before the broken device is delivered to us. We will deliver you a replacement device versus the typical ship it to us, wait for us to process it, and turn it around. It's something very important to us, and we're continually striving to improve on it.
Great. Let's see. The next one is, I see that you guys are planning on doing training and certification. Do you have any sort of ETA?
I do not. It's something that we've made major investments in. I would hope that we would formally see it in the first quarter of 2017, but I can't make that commitment.
Understandable. Let's see. The next one is,
I'd be more than happy to circle back to the corporate folks if, in fact, a specific date is needed.
Great. Thank you. Let's see. If I buy through Microcom, do I have to go through them if I need to do a return, or can I go directly through you, as in the company?
I don't know, to be honest with you. Hey, Dustin, are you on the line?
Yes. In most cases, if it's a replacement RMA, typically you can go directly through TPLink. If it's an RMA for credit, typically you're going to need to go through Microcom.
Great. Thank you. Let's see. Next one is, where are your products manufactured?
So predominance, that's a very good question. The predominance of our products are manufactured abroad, but the interesting thing, and part of it is that we control all of the different manufactured components. I don't know if you happen to notice in that video, but we do our own molds, we do our own plastics, we do our own wired harnesses, we do as much as we can in-house ourselves, which in the end delivers a high-quality product as well as a very cost-effective product. Dustin, would you add anything to that?
No, I think you explained it well, Chris.
Thank you. Let's see, and last question. Where are your distribution centers located?
Dustin, you want that one?
Sure, yeah. We have distribution centers throughout the U.S. We work with multiple distributors, and to my understanding, Microcom does as well. So typically we can get shipment out quickly to you, depending on the preferred distributor that you want to use. So.
Great, thank you, and thank you both for answering those questions. Also, thank you to everyone for attending today's webinar. If you have any other questions, feel free to contact your sales rep, or you can email us at sales@microcomtech.com. If you wish to view any of the products mentioned or shown today, please visit us at www.microcom.us. Please remember that this presentation was recorded and it will be uploaded to our Microcom YouTube channel. So if you would like to reference it again, you can view it on our YouTube channel. Thanks again and have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.